Hello guys, Brad here again with another fragrance review. Today let's take a look at a fragrance from the house of Louis Vuitton. This one's called L'Immensité. And yeah, it's just a little sample. I believe I got this off of eBay. I'm almost done with it, maybe one or two wearings left there. Fragrance was released in 2018 and it was classified Oriental Spicy over at Fragrantica. And the notes in the top: grapefruit, ginger, bergamot. Middle notes: water notes, rosemary, sage, and geranium, and in the base, ambroxan, amber, and labdanum. The name L'Immensité, if you translate that, it means the vastness. So the fragrance is supposed to capture the feeling of being before an infinite horizon. And I'm not really sure what to make of that description there, but I'll do my best to describe the fragrance as I interpret it. First of all, a lot of people are talking about the grapefruit and the ginger. I didn't really get that effect myself. The ginger here, I don't really get ginger, so I don't really see any comparisons with L'Homme or Bleu de Chanel, but I do get that herbalness there. I believe it's probably rosemary, sage, and geranium. So I would say it's quite green, quite herbal. So if you're into that herbal sensation, this one is something to check into. But it also has that ambroxan accord in there. And the ambroxan, that's a note that tends to give fragrances sort of this modernized amber accord, almost bubblegummy. You know, I think anything in the line of like Paco Rabanne's Invictus, it kind of has that same bubblegummy sweetness here. Now here, it's kind of tapered with the herbalness, so it's a lot more tolerable in that effect than some of the others that I've smelled with ambroxan in it. But yeah, it's kind of like tries to combine the classic fougere greenness of some of these old school fragrances that are very herbal. Think like Aramis or Azzaro type fragrances, something your granddad or your dad may have worn, but it kind of takes it into the modern age with that ambroxan to give it that sweetness, that modern edge as well. So that's pretty much what I'm getting here: a sweet, modern, herbal fragrance that might appeal to someone looking for something a little bit more modern, but also sort of takes a nod toward the classic barbershop herbal fragrances that your dad or your grandpa may have loved, or maybe you love as well. Yeah, this one might be worth checking out. Let me give you some scores and final review here. The smell, I'll say 7 out of 10. I didn't find it to be outstanding. I mean, I'm not sure who's complimenting this fragrance. I don't normally fish for compliments, but I don't know. It just smells like a nice, modern, fresh fragrance with some herbal tones to it. Projection longevity, we'll say mild to moderate, 3 to 5 hours, 7 out of 10. Versatility, 7.5 out of 10. Definitely strikes me as more of a day wear, office wear, casual wear for spring and summer. Uniqueness, I'll say 7 out of 10. I think what makes it unique is the way it takes like an old school fougere and kind of brings it into the modern times with that ambroxan accord, which I don't know if I've seen happen very often. Price point though, $345 for the 100 ml. For me, overall 7 out of 10. I'm kind of anxious to try some of these other Louis Vuittons to see if anything else strikes me as a better deal than this one. Yeah, for $345, that's kind of steep, and I think most people would agree that you don't really need to be spending $345 for a fragrance with this profile to it. Maybe, I think there actually was a mention of a clone that was pretty close and a lot cheaper, but yeah, it's okay, but I don't think it's anything spectacular. Yeah, 7 out of 10 sounds pretty fair for Louis Vuitton's L'Immensité, a nice modern take on the herbal barbershop accord. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.